Hello, friends, and welcome to e-classroom of Ahmednagar College Junior Wing. Today, we are going to study analysis of financial statements in our bookkeeping and accountancy. Since some previous lectures, we are studying about analysis of financial statements. Financial statements means trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, and other statements. Okay. In some previous lectures, we have studied that why analysis is necessary for the business of financial statements. When at the end of financial year, that means after 31st March, business organizations prepare financial statements, okay, to find out profit or loss, to find out the financial position of business, maybe assets, the liabilities, and so many other statistics about the business. And that is why financial statements are prepared. But only from those financial statements we could not measure the profitability or the accountability or the way how the business is running, or various aspects of the business, not mere from the financial statements. So analysis of those financial statements are very necessary. So since some previous lectures we have studied about analysis. What do you mean by analysis? मित्रांनो, आपण analysis म्हणजे काय याचा अर्थ पाहिलेला आहे. म्हणजे फायनान्शियल स्टेटमेंट जे आहेत त्याचं एक विश्लेषण करणे, त्याचे जे काही आकडेवारी आहेत, स्टॅटिस्टिक्स आहेत, याचा तुलनात्मक अभ्यास करणे. With the help of current year, with the help of previous years, we compare those statistics, those statements with each other, and find out some ratios, some percentage increase or decrease, and how the business is running. Okay. So in the last lecture we have studied about comparison of balance sheet of previous years and of current years. Now in this lecture we are going to study again. In some last lectures we have studied about statement of income. What do you mean by statement of income? Then comparison of those statement of income, and so many things about financial statements and analysis of financial statement. Now in this lecture we are going to see common size statement. Let us see what is common size statement. Common size statements are those in which individual figures, that means figures of each account, maybe capital, maybe funds, maybe reserve fund, maybe any asset, or so many things. Individual figures are converted into percentage to some common base. That means the individual figures are compared with some specific figures, maybe assets or liabilities, maybe funds or capital. Okay. And ratio or percentage is asserted. Okay. So percentage of each individual item shows its relation to its respective total, that is total assets or total liabilities or total net sales, or maybe any other item. Okay. If we take example of this, for example, total, if the total fund available in balance sheet is rupees 16 lakhs, okay, total fund available is rupees 16 lakh, and building is of rupees 4,000 in balance sheet, then find out the percentage of building with total fund available. मित्रांनो, इथं आपण कॉमन साईज स्टेटमेंट काय आहे ते पाहतोय. आता यामध्ये काय केलं जातं, तर आपले जे बॅलन्स शीट आहे किंवा कुठलंही स्टेटमेंट आहे त्याचे जे इंडिव्हिज्युअल फिगर्स आहेत, कुठलेही आयटम असेल, मग ऍसेट असेल, समजा बिल्डिंग आहे, फर्निचर आहे किंवा कॅपिटल आहे, क्रेडिटर्स आहे, डेटर्स आहेत, हे जे काही आयटम्स आहेत याची जे काही पर्सेंटेज आहे हे कुठल्या तरी ऍसेटशी किंवा लायबिलिटीशी केलं जातं किंवा टोटल फंड्सशी केलं जातं, आणि त्याची टक्केवारी इथं काढली जाते. आता इथं आपल्याला एक एक्झाम्पल दिलेलं आहे की टोटल फंड अवेलेबल इन बॅलन्स शीट रुपीज 16 लाख. तसेच बिल्डिंग जी दिलेली आहे बॅलन्स शीट मध्ये ती आहे 4 लाख. तर आपल्याला बिल्डिंगचं जे काही पर्सेंटेज आहे कशाशी, टोटल फंड अवेलेबल 16 लाख, हे आपल्याला पर्सेंटेज काढायचं आहे. सो हाऊ कॅन वी फाइंड आउट दॅट percentage of building with total fund available? You can see here one formula: amount of building divided by total fund available multiplied by 100. Okay, now if the amount of building is 4 lakh and total amount of fund available is 16 lakh, then 4 lakh divided by 16 lakh multiplied by 100, and we get here percentage of building with total fund available, that is 25%. Okay, that means percentage of amount of building with total fund available is 25%. आणि आता या आपल्याला फॉर्म्युल्याच्या आधारे आपल्याला पुढचं जे काही आपलं स्टेटमेंट आहे, कंपॅरिझन आहे किंवा पर्सेंटेज आहे ते आपल्याला इथं काढायचे. ओके, सो लेट अस सी. Before preparation of common size statement or balance sheet, let us see some steps here. आपल्याला काही स्टेप्स इथं पाहायच्यात. we are going to prepare some columns. Okay, and in those columns we are noting down the items. Okay, so let us see. Step number one, enter the number of items in balance sheet. Number two, enter the absolute amount of different type of assets and liabilities of previous year's balance sheet. Then enter the absolute amount of different items of assets and liabilities of current year balance sheet. Okay, enter the percentage relations of different items of balance sheet to total assets of previous year, which are taken as 100. Okay, and the last one, enter the percentage relation of different items of current year balance sheet to total assets or liabilities of current year, which are taken as 100. Okay, we are going to prepare one common size statements. In this we have to apply all these steps practically. Let us see how the practical example will be solved. मित्रांनो, इथं आपल्याला एक बॅलन्स शीट दिलेलं आहे. हिअर वन बॅलन्स शीट इज गिवन. Balance sheet of XYZ Limited for the year ending 31st March 2020. Okay, you can see balance sheet on your screen. Balance sheet as on 31st March 2020. Liabilities and assets. You can see the liability side: equity share capital 9 lakhs, preference share capital 80,000, reserve and surplus 1,50,000, secured loans 2 lakhs, current liabilities 1,50,000, and total of liability side it is 17 lakhs and 80,000. Again we can see asset side: fixed assets rupees 9 lakhs, investments rupees 1,50,000, current assets rupees 7 lakh 30,000, and total of the assets 17 lakhs 80,000. Now here we are required to prepare common size statement for the year ending 31st March 2020. So let us prepare one common size statement and find out the percentage of the items, all the items as under. Here we have prepared a common size balance sheet as on 31st March 2020. You can see a vertical balance sheet is prepared here. Particulars, amount, and percentage of that particular item we have to find out here. Okay, now particulars: sources of funds. Let us see. Owner's equity, it is 9 lakh rupees. We have arranged this balance sheet in vertical manner, and all the items of liability side we have taken here in sources of funds. Okay, so let us see. Owner's equity 9 lakh, equity share capital 80,000, preference share capital 1,50,000, and total of all these sources of funds 11 lakh and 30,000. Okay, now borrowed fund: secured loans 3 lakhs and unsecured loans 2 lakhs. That means total borrowed funds are 5 lakhs. And total of this sources of funds, it is 16 lakhs 30,000. Okay, now we have to find out the percentage of each item of the sources of funds with total borrowed fund. Now you can see total borrowed fund is rupees 16 lakh 30,000. ओके मित्रांनो, इथं आपल्याला एक कॉमन साईज स्टेटमेंट इथं तयार करायचंय. त्याच्यामध्ये जे काही तिथे आयटेम्स आहेत हे आपण वर्टिकल म्हणजे उभ्या रेषेमध्ये आपण ते मांडलेले आहेत, तिथं कॉलम्स केलेले आहेत. त्याच्यामध्ये बघा सोर्सेस ऑफ फंड्स आहेत, ओनर्स इक्विटी, इक्विटी शेअर कॅपिटल, त्याच्यानंतर प्रेफरन्स शेअर कॅपिटल आणि रिझर्व्ह अँड सरप्लस हे आपल्याला तिथे दिसतंय. त्यानंतर आपण बॉरोड फंड तिथे मांडलेलं आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये सेक्युअर्ड लोन्स आहे आणि अनसेक्युअर्ड लोन्स. आता या सर्व आयटम्सचे आपल्याला जे टक्केवारी आहे बॉरोड फंडशी हे इथं आपल्याला काढायचं आहे. ठीक आहे, मग चला आपण पाहूया त्याच्यामध्ये आपण कशा प्रकारे ते पर्सेंटेज काढणार आहोत. आता आपल्याला जो फॉर्म्युला दिलेला आहे त्या फॉर्म्युलाच्या आधारे आपण इथं हे काढणार आहोत, पर्सेंटेज काढणार आहोत. बघा आपण पाहू शकता इथं फॉर्म्युला आपण दिलेला आहे. इथं उदाहरण घेतलेलं आपण, कॉमन साइज percentage is equal to amount of item into total fund applied divided by total fund applied multiplied by 100. आता आपण इथे sources of funds, here we can see common size percentage. In that, sources of funds are rupees 9 lakh. You can see in the balance sheet which we have arranged in vertical manner. Okay, 9 lakhs and 16 lakh, that is 16 lakh rupees. It is, you can see here, 16 lakh 30,000. It is total borrowed funds. Okay, and so we have arranged it in that formula, 9 lakh divided by, it is 16 lakh 30,000 actually, into 100, and the percentage comes here, it is 55.22%. that means sources of funds are 55.22% of total funds applied. Okay, so in this manner, with the help of this formula, we have to find out all percentage of all the items. Okay, we already find out about owner's equity. The percentage we got, it is 55.22% if we see with the total borrowed funds. Okay, now if we see preference share capital and equity share capital, it is 80,000. If we compare, or if we calculate the percentage with total borrowed fund, it is 4.91. with the help of this formula, already we have seen this formula, common size statement, amount of item divided by total fund applied into 100. Okay, we have solved one example here. With the help of this formula, we can find out all the percentages of each and every item with total borrowed fund. Now same with the reserves and surplus, 69.33%, borrowed fund, secured fund 18.40%. that means secured funds are rupees 3 lakhs, and total borrowed funds are 16 lakh 30,000. Okay, that means 3 lakh divided by 16 lakh 30,000 into 100, it is 18.40%. Okay, and same case with unsecured loans, it is 12.27%, and total of borrowed fund is rupees 5 lakhs, and percentage is 30.67%. Okay, and now application of funds, we have arranged the asset side of balance sheet in vertical manner. We call it as application of funds. At first, it was sources of funds. All the liability items we have arranged in vertical manner, and it is called as sources of funds. Now asset side, it is arranged in vertical manner, it is called as application of funds. That means utilization of those funds. Okay, fixed assets, it is 9 lakh rupees. Now we have to find out the percentage of fixed assets with total fund applied. Okay, that means 9 lakh divided by 16 lakh 30,000 into 100, and we got the percentage here 55.22%. 21%. Same with investment, 1 lakh 50,000 divided by 16 lakh 30,000 into 100, and percentage of investment, that is 9.20%. Same with working capital, current assets and less current liabilities. We got here net working capital, that is 7 lakh 30,000 minus 1 lakh 50,000, that is 5 lakh and 80,000. And if we have to find out the percentage of working capital, then 5 lakh 80,000 divided by 16 lakh 30,000 into 100, and we got the percentage 35.59%. So friends, with the help of this formula and with the help of all these steps, we have solved one example of common size statements. Okay. Friends, now in the next lecture, we are going to solve so many examples regarding these common size statements, or maybe comparative statements, comparative balance sheet, comparative profit and loss account. So today we are going to stop here. Stay safe and काय झालं राव, काय समजा ना. काय माहित राव, तर रेकॉर्ड झालं का नाही. स्टॉप शेअरिंग म्हणतो मी इथं, पण ते हे नाही ना आहे ना, आपलं रेकॉर्डिंग स्टॉप करावं लागेल ना आधी. हा